is Jim Niland? What's he all about? We all know him, but he's been described as a mystery wrapped in an enigma. He's a multi-layered, multifaceted man. You could peel away some of those layers, much like an onion, to get to see the real Jim Niland. So why don't we do that now, and maybe we'll discover a little something about ourselves.
Some years ago I went to Tibet, and in fact on the way to Tibet I was in Nepal, in Kathmandu, and there were some Tibetan monks returning from the United States on the plane. What have Tibetan monks have to do with Jim Niland, you ask? Well, whenever I think of Jim Niland, I think of those Tibetan monks for some reason. It was very interesting being among them. They, in fact, gave us a ride from the airport in like a 1940 Packard or something. It's a big old boat of a car, and there's only one road around the city. But they gave us a ride to our area where we were going to be, and then they just kind of floated off in their group. And that's what Jim Niland's all about. He is on his way somewhere, and he's very important, and he's very agreeable, and he smiles a lot, and you don't exactly understand what is going on, but you're part of it.
Agreeable.
Here, how about the adjective to describe him? Wellstonian.
That's a good one. Persistent. Persistent. Absolutely persistent.
Persistence.
Jim is a 20-year-old trapped in a 39-year-old's body. Jim is the fastest talking politician in City Hall. Those are my two.
Jim Niland, communist.
Jim is the happiest guy I know about a list of the unhappiest issues that I know. Jim is the fastest talker and best politician in City Hall, with the exception of the mayor.
Well, I just wanted to say, Jim, to you on your birthday, and to all those out there watching, that the thing that I really like about Jim is that, like me, Jim is a communist. And what I'm thinking of is recently we co-authored a resolution that was put forward to abolish all private property in Minneapolis. And I feel really strongly about it. And the other thing that we had in the resolution that I thought was really interesting is that we're going to have mandatory swing dancing starting at age 5 for all children. And it'll be enforced throughout the city. And Jim and I personally are going to be going out and enforcing this provision with various members of swing bands. So when I think about Jim over this last year, that's the item I'm most proud of. And I really think we're moving the city of Minneapolis forward in a very swinging fashion.
Jim Niland, huh? What can I say about Jim Niland? Well, he's a nice guy, he's smart, he's crafty, he's humorous, he has good taste, he's cultured, he's educated, he's hardworking, he's good looking, and I'm talking about myself again. Actually, though, Jim Niland does possess most of those qualities to some degree. Not as much as I do, Classy Karl, but he's pretty darn close in some regards. You know, I would have to say, though, that Jim was one of the best guests we ever had on the Classy Karl Culture Show. And, you know, because he always has an opinion, he's not afraid to talk, and, well, you know, he kind of, you know, he's kind of a know-it-all, if you know what I mean. And you know what really pisses me off about Jim Niland? He has this idea, this wacky idea, that the ruling class and the ignorant masses are going to trade places someday. And he doesn't really believe that deep down, but he does this political posturing where, you know, he's the friend of all these, what else can you call them but ignorant masses? But anyway, Jim's a great guy. I'm proud to call him a friend. And what else can I say?
Party?
Animal.
Yeah.
Gregarious, generous, kind-hearted, brave, noble, slippery like an eel.
Let's see, I see him at all these shows. Suck Patch, Southern Culture on the Skids, Accident Clearinghouse? No, maybe he doesn't like them. I don't know, but he reminds me of, I don't know, of a band member. He's picky, he's particular, he wants drink tickets, he's just totally a pain in the butt. It's like you gotta babysit him as much as you gotta babysit any member of any band, so God bless him.
Exciting, he's charismatic. Jim Niland. Happy birthday, Jim, from Terry at Garage Door.
When I think of Jim Niland, I think of integrity and honesty and a man in search of a great party. That's Jim.
This is for re-election, right?
Yeah.
Fiscally responsible.
Okay.
I thought you were something.
I did.
Driven. Jim is driven. Jim is spiritual. Those adjectives, Mike?
He's my lover. And I love him for that.
That's who Jim Niland is. But Jim Niland is also a man of passion. He feels passionately. He does things passionately. What are some of the things he feels passionate about? What?
Jim likes food that makes him sweat. Indian food, Thai food.
He likes all my articles. He's my #1 fan.
Jim, we know AFSCME's your favorite union. Keep it up. Okay.
Star Tribune is his favorite newspaper next to Pravda.
Well, that's easy. New Orleans,
Yeah,
New
New
Orleans,
Orleans. Music.
New Orleans,
Yeah.
New Orleans. Music, 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 music.
Thai
Films,
food.
Thai food. Hot food.
Late nights.
Late nights, oh yeah,
Yeah.
late nights. Late mornings. That's actually true. They go together, you know.
Yeah.
Swing dancing.
Biking.
Biking.
Likes biking.
Biking.
Driving.
You like to drive?
Oh, look, I mean, look, I go drive to Mass and pick up his brother, drives back home. I mean, you and I go, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know if my dad.
No.
But he obviously doesn't mind.
He's
others?
caring.
He is caring. He's caring. Cares about us.
Easy to work with.
Yes.
Very easy.
What would you call that? You'd call that accommodating. Yeah, accommodating and understanding.
Understanding.
This is good.
He's understanding. He understands the need. He understands the needs of the rich. Like Karl pulled that.
Yes, yes, he does. He understands the needs of the fabulously wealthy.
Yes, he understands their
and how much of a short stick they often get.
Yeah, they do.
That's good, yeah, he does.
Jim Niland always keeps Joe Sixpack in mind.
Jim likes talking real fast, and that's hard as a reporter taking notes. But on the positive side, Jim repeats himself a lot, and that helps he makes sure that the reporter gets it all done.
I like it when Jim does his impression of Steve Minn. Wah! Wah! The DFL, they're everywhere. They're out to get me. Wah! Wah! I know. I'll stick a microphone in the ceiling and blame the Democrats. Wah! Nobody likes me. Wah! Now, Jim, of course, is quick to point out that Steve Minn has his good points, that he's thoughtful, he's a team player, he cares about other people. Oh, wait, that's somebody else. Never mind.
Who is Jim Niland?
Progressive, conniving, socialist, manipulator, brilliant, strategic opponent.
Okay, great.
Well, the things that I like about Jim Niland are that every day seems like an adventure for him, and that he does everything that his wife asks him, and that he totally rocks.
I like Jim Niland a lot, but a lot of the time when I talk to him, I don't really understand what he's talking about. And about UFOs, I don't really know what that means. And he likes a lot of bands too, but I've never heard of them. I think they're kind of obscure, so. But he seems pretty nice.
Well, let's see, what kind of things does Jim like? Well, as I say, he's a pretty well-educated guy. He's fairly intelligent, but you wouldn't know it for some of the things he's into. I mean, if you think about it, these paranormal things, this cryptozoology stuff, You know, Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, the abominable snowman, the Yeti, whatever you want to call it. That stuff's just plain nuts, if you ask me. But you know, that's Jim. He's a well-rounded character. He's into a lot of different things. But if you ask me, this, you know, all these, woo, all these monsters, all the monsters are gonna get us. Wah, wah.
UFOs. Sasquatch. Bat Boy.
Jim Niland believes in most paranormal experiences, UFO sightings, paranormal activity, psychic.
You mean like anal probes? Is that what you're talking about? Alien anal probes? That's, I think, is on top of his list.
One thing that Jim likes that I'm aware of is my mom. Jim and my mom are good friends, and I certainly have that in common with Jim. Some words that describe Jim, I'd use masterful when he climbs on an issue. Would we want him as a budget analyst? Probably not. Does he certainly put up a lot of good analysis that we have to review? Yes.
Crunching numbers!
I would say Jim is a little left to center, but that's where my mom resides too, so I'm certainly supportive of any of those kinds of persuasions.
Jim's two passions, 2 words, the jam. It's true.
Drink tickets. Drink tickets.
Legalizing the use of marijuana for things other than medicinal purposes.
Jim Niland? Oh, he's a rock and roll and babe chasing, beer swilling, Lee's Liquor Lounge kind of guy.
You think he's I don't think that's an appropriate restaurant for him.
Lee's? Where would you think he should go?
Definitely First Ave.
Oh, well, he goes there too, but he also hangs out at Lee's.
I guess I myself can't say enough about him. I think he's been a good personal friend, and I've seen him in the saloon, and I know he's a music lover, and I think it's a tribute to have somebody that cares like Jim Niland. Without him and people like Jackie Cherry Holmes, I don't think we would be here.
He's kinky.
Uh-huh.
He's smart. Smart people are kinky. More?
Gamelan music.
He loves to talk about strategy.
Who is Jim Niland?
Elizabeth Nerud's husband.
Bon vivant. Things Jim likes. Rules committees. Winning remainder delegates in a walking subcaucus. But I'm just going to do that one thing, okay?
Okay.
40 in kind.
Para Ubu.
Elvis Costello. Cattle mutilations.
White chocolate. Jim used to really like Dutch white chocolate, among other things.
Go ahead.
Okay, what were we going to say? We kind of thought of something funny. Now that I'm on the thing, I forgot.
About ethics?
Yeah. Oh, okay, I got it. We're going to tell him to... Oh, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Jim, last time to hoop it up on your birthday before this comes around. Have a good one.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one.
That was Julie's idea.
Yeah.
When I think of Jim Niland, I think about Thai food because he loves our food. Comes all the time.
Jim Niland.
Well, first, happy birthday, Jim. And when I think of you, I think of singer. And a smiley, friendly guy, the most wonderful guy in the world. Happy birthday, Jim.
Yeah, I didn't say happy birthday, so I have to say happy birthday, Jim.
Oh, great.
Thanks, everybody. I think we sure have learned a lot about Jim Niland tonight, and a little bit about ourselves as well. I'd like to thank everyone who participated. You're all great. Everyone who's here tonight, we love you. We love you, Jim. Happy birthday, and so long.
Don't get me smoking.
Be honest, Liz.
Please, yeah, discreet is exactly that.
Discreet is my middle word, name.
But what's Jim's middle name?
Jim's middle name is Mr. Wonderful.
That's his last name, Wonderful.
I have a lot of cute little pet names for him, Honey and
Or if not really on the stage, actually, Jim, after all these years, might opt to really drive him to find all the spirit and drive that he has. If the stage has become too cumbersome and then he'd have to be on the road, although I really do think he'd like to get on the road. Get him out of that single geographic map that's drawn that they have to look at all City Hall because there's votes on this side of the line and there's votes on this side of the line, and he's more about spreading that out. And that's why I do think he'd rather be on the road with Southern culture.